Hello everyone, welcome to Carrie's Crochet and Craft. Today I have lots that I want to share, and I think I'm going to split it into several videos. So this one will be specifically what I made this last kind of week. Didn't really do a whole lot. But then also a challenge for myself for this next week. We'll see if I can pull it off. And then I'll do that all in this video. Then I have like 3 Joann's hauls and a Hobby Lobby haul that I wanted to share with you. I will probably do those each in separate videos because the Joann's ones especially, you know, could get a little long. I don't want to do all 3 hauls in one video. That would make a really long video, and I like to try to keep them a little bit short. So yeah, lots to share today. You'll probably see me in the same shirt because I don't want to have to like change wardrobe, that kind of thing. So forgive me if there's like 4 videos with me just wearing this shirt. So let's get started. I was not very busy this week. First, let me make a correction. In the last video, my final update for my March Maker month, I was saying that I had done all the things that I'd made in a week and a half, but my brain, I don't know, it just wasn't working right. I had missed the previous Sunday. I did the report on Tuesday. Because I didn't do it on Sunday, but I had missed an update the previous Sunday. So all the work that I did was actually in 2 weeks and 2 days, and not just 1 week and 2 days. So I apologize for that. That was just a brain fart for any other lack of any other good terms. Yeah, my brain just didn't do the math there right. I apologize. So, what is today? It's Monday now. Monday, April 7, I do believe. And I made a few things this last week, or a couple things really. I kind of was just taking a bit of a break, but kind of unintentionally. I was doing some research really. I wanted to do fewer plushies and more things like bags, totes. I've been making a lot of those little purses. But I also want to do things like there's really cute mesh tops and things. There's hats made out of cotton, so they're better for summer. Because I like to make hats, but usually they're winter hats, which of course don't sell that well in summertime. But there's some really cute like summery type hats, like cotton bucket hats and that kind of thing. So I really just spent a little bit of time this week finding some nice patterns that were more wearables or usefuls and not just plushies or blankets and that kind of thing. So did some research with that, found a few patterns that I wanted to try, and I actually used one of the patterns to make 2 items this week. And the other thing with these too is that these take a little bit more time than plushies do, than the normal plushies that I make. They take more time, and so that also is another reason why I didn't make very many items this week. So let me get to showing you the items that I made this week. There is this crochet bag, market bag, and this one is by Bags by Bento, written by Taylor Bento. And I don't know, I'm trying to get it to focus. There we go. And there's her name there. There's a very similar other pattern made, and I don't know who it's by. There's a video that's been really popular and she makes this, but this one is slightly different. Not so many rounds around the handle and that kind of thing. But anyway, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say she has a paid pattern where you can get without ads and whatnot. So if you go to her website, you can buy this pattern on her website, but she also has it for free. And so I just printed it off from the free website, or from the free pattern. So that way I didn't have to pay for it. I think it was maybe $4.50 or something like that if you wanted the paid pattern. So anyway, I made 2 of those, and I made those, so here, let me show you first. So I first made this one. Oops. So there you go. And if you saw my bag that I made and showed you the last time that I wasn't very excited about, I like this bag a lot better. It just takes longer to make, and of course it doesn't have a convenient little fold-up bag to put it in like the other one had, but this one looks a lot nicer. And then I made that with K&C, which is the Joann brand that of course will no longer be available. So there's a lot of cotton yarns out there though, but this is a really pretty color. So this color is called Rainforest. So the K&C Essential one is 100% cotton. It's 180 yards, 3.5 ounces, or 165 meters and 100 grams. And it's a size 3 weight. And I used a size, a size I hook with it, which is what? Oh no, I used a size J hook, which is a 6 millimeter. So anyway, I really like how it turned out. Obviously, I made 2 of them. This one, I think my handle turned out shorter because you're supposed to do a chain of 59 or 60, and I did 50 on this one. So the handle's a little bit shorter. But really cute bags. This one is Rainforest. This one is also K&C, and this is in the Ocean Wave color. So I got these at Joann's, obviously, and they'll be included in one of the hauls that I show you in a later video. So I don't know how much they are normally, and I'll tell you in the other video how much I paid for them at that haul. So because I think I was getting 30% off at that point, maybe 25% at that haul, but since then I've been doing 30% off. So anyway, this is about what I've made this week. I did start another pattern. So I found a cute bucket hat to make, and this is what it looks like. This is when they make it with a scrap yarn, and of course in this picture here they're showing it with a, it's partially made there, showing it with a solid color. So I went to Hobby Lobby and got some variegated color yarn. They were having their 30% off sale week. And I got Yarn Bee's Sugar Wheel Cotton. This isn't the color I'm using right now, but come on, focus. There we go. So this is normally $7.49, and I got 30% off of it. And again, I'll show this in my yarn haul with that later. But the color that I started using, I left the label inside the house, so I can't tell you what color the color scheme, but it's a gray and purple, really pretty, and this is the start of it. And I might be tempted to keep this hat for myself because I love these colors, purple and gray. I don't know, something about it I really like. So it's a simple crochet bucket hat. It uses single crochet, and it's really hard for me to work with this because it's a size 3 weight, and we're doing single crochet, and it seems to take forever, and I'm used to projects that work up pretty quickly, so I'm struggling with this. It's also with a small hook and small stitches, and so holding it right here where I usually do, it's not entirely in focus unless I wear my glasses. And I'm not wearing my glasses because I'm crocheting here but watching a YouTube video up here, for which I don't need my glasses, so it's a struggle. Getting old, it's a struggle. Anyway, that's my start to that. So this is what I've made this since last Tuesday. Today is Monday, so not quite a week, but this is what I've gotten done. And I even had to frog some out of this one because I got the stitch count wrong, and I was about 3 rows into having a stitch count wrong. So anyway, with these bags here, if I'm gonna keep count of labels, these used up a full skein of the cotton, and then into, a few ounces, or not a few ounces, an ounce or so into a second skein. So I used up one skein of each, so that's 2 skeins that I used this week. Really cranking it out there, aren't I? Okay. So I want to challenge myself to get some plushies made for my market. My next market, the only market I have on my calendar right now, is over the weekend of Mother's Day, and that will be it's May 9 through 11. Of course, I'm only doing Friday and Sunday. So May 9th, so that's just over a month away. A month and 2 days, basically. So I have quite a few things already, but I want a larger variety now. And so I'm going to kind of pick a project and make several of them, and then, I don't know, try to get more made and a nice variety made. I am going to challenge myself. I might be kicking myself in the foot doing this. Challenge myself to 100 plushies in a week from today. Do you think I can do it? So what I'm first going to start with, I showed you guys these yarns before, I think. I am going to make leggy froggies out of this, and I thought I would see how many leggy froggies I can make out of one skein. And then I of course have 2 skeins. This is the Big Twist Posh, and it is the, my glasses. Okay, fine. I'll get my glasses on. Lime Glow. See, I can't see you when I look up. Lime Glow. See? Blurry vision. And this one is Glow Warm. Not Glow Worm, Glow Warm. So 2 very bright colors. I gotta take these off. 2 very bright colors, and I'll make them into leggy froggies. I don't think I have a single leggy froggy in my bins currently made. So we'll get some made. They don't seem to be as popular as they were before, but then I haven't really done that many shows in the last year, obviously. Speaking of which, this coming Thursday is a year since my mom died. So we'll probably be planning a little something special in remembrance of her for her birthday, which is in March. We had some pie, and then I went out and found a bunch of flowers that were already blooming around our property, and just took pictures of them and shared them with people. So, and then I asked other people, hey, if you knew my mom, have some pie and enjoy some flowers in her memory. So anyway, it's been almost a year, and I'm actually praising God that I am not in deep grief as I was last fall. I'm able to think of her and talk of her now without crying all the time. If you were watching my video when I started coming back to making videos last year, you might have known how difficult it was for me to talk of her, but I'm doing better. And I actually had a moment the weekend before my birthday. I had been in such grief and sorrow that it was just overwhelming me and taking over my day. And I think I was actually getting to the point where I was wanting to share my grief with people, just to have have them respond to me. And I didn't like what that was doing to me. And it's one thing to sit in your grief, but to intentionally share it with others just so you can have their response to you, I didn't like that. And I was noticing that, and I'm like, nope. I can't be this way. I can't live in my sorrow like that. So I took up that promise from God that you can cast your cares upon Him, and He will take your burden. And I prayed that one night, and He did. He took that. Sorry. It's making me cry just talk about it. But anyway, it's a good cry in this respect, because I gave it to Him and He took it from me. And so I sit here crying as I'm saying this, but I was able to no longer sit in such grief and sorrow. And it's not that I don't miss her and I don't cry, but it's more that I could go on with life and I could not dwell in the sadness and sorrow anymore. So if any of you are dealing with that, I encourage you, take up that promise in the Bible that God will take up your burdens, and you need to give it to him and he will take it. So just a bit of encouragement for anyone out there sitting in sorrow. Oh, now I'm on to other things. This is how my brain works. Woo! I sometimes think that I might be a little bit ADHD, maybe late onset. I don't know. Sometimes my brain just, not sometimes, all the time, my brain moves a mile a minute. So anyway, on to other things. Excuse me. Leggy froggies out of these. Then, sorry, this is going to be part of my Hobby Lobby haul, but I have to show you because it's going to be part of my challenge this week of making 100 items. I think I'll do 100 items and not 100 plushies because I want to make other things besides plushies. So 100 items. I'll make 100 items for my show that's in a month. I want to make 100 items this week for my show that's in 1 month. So we'll see. We'll have a challenge of how many leggy froggies I can get out of each skein. And then I found this at Hobby Lobby, and it's a camo green. Is it gonna focus? Yep. So what is it? Adorable, super bulky camo green, and I thought that would make a perfect leggy froggy. So I'm gonna make a leggy froggy out of that. And so that will be part of my 100 items. And then, if you remember the blanket that I made this last time, the last update, the super big bulky out of the Bernat Blanket Extra, and I was debating whether or not to use up that 7th skein to make it the size that the pattern calls for. Well, I haven't done it yet. And the reason why is because I want to use this skein to make Mabel chickens. I want to see how many Mabel chickens I can get out of this Bernat Blanket Extra skein. I think it'll be so fun. They'll be bigger than normal because this is a size 7 weight, and usually I make the Mabel chickens in like the blanket yarn, which is the 6 weight. So I'm gonna see how many Mabel chickens I can get out of this skein, and I might make some into roosters. I don't know if you've seen the rooster mod that I think it's Oak and Marlowe made. So it's adding like a wattle and rooster tail feathers, and really fun. I made several of those, I think two or three, and then I sold. I think I still have one, but I did sell the roosters. The people really liked the fact that there were roosters. They also have a nest that fits the chickens. So yeah. So this is going to be part of my challenge of making 100 items in this next week for my market. So anyway, I think that will be about it for this video. Thank you for joining me. Watch for new videos coming out with my 3 separate Joann hauls and then the Hobby Lobby haul. So I think that's about it. Thank you for joining me. We will see you next time. Bye.